Does the future hold for abortion rights here in Michigan?
Fox 2's Charlie Langton joins us live with a closer look at this. And Charlie, we know Attorney General Nessel has refused to defend the lawsuit filed by Planned Parenthood that challenges Michigan's 1931 law. Where does this case go from here? Because the way we understand it, until there is a ruling on this lawsuit, the law that makes abortion illegal is basically on hold.
It is on hold right now. So even Dana Nessel said that she didn't defend the case. She's not going to take it up in appeal. She technically lost the case in the courts. One judge issued an injunction banning the implementation of that 1931 law. So as of today, as I'm standing here right now, abortion is legal in Michigan, despite what Roe versus Wade was overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court. It is legal in Michigan. That doesn't mean there are not challenges to it. In fact, Right to Life wants to appeal. They want to get into that case, and they're going to make that 1931 law at least go through the court system to challenge that. But as you mentioned before, Governor Whitmer has her own case. That is a different case, separate from the one, this 1931 law, that the judge issued an injunction for. And then there's a ballot petition, too. So there's a lot of stuff going on. We certainly haven't heard the last of Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, we just mentioned that the governor wants the Michigan Supreme Court to get involved. Now, meantime, though, we've heard Attorney General Nessel and some other county prosecutors say that they won't charge anyone for having or performing an abortion. Can they do that?
Well, right now, they cannot. No prosecutor in this state today can prosecute anybody. Why? There's no law making it illegal.
But if it was on the books, if that 1931 law
then they could.
Is back on the books, can they?
If it's on the books, if it's on the books, then yes, they could. But it's not on the books right now because of that injunction right now. But yes, you're right. If it's on the books right now, then yes, a prosecutor or the attorney general theoretically could bring charges under the 1931 law. Remember, there's no exception for rape or incest. There is an exception to save the life of the mother, though. But yes, if a prosecutor wanted to charge someone and that 1931 law is the law of the land here in Michigan, yes.
What if
and
they
it's a
choose
criminal
not
law,
to, Charlie?
so those could go to jail.
Sorry about that.
I'm
what
sorry?
if they choose not to prosecute? That's what I was saying. If the prosecutor, the attorney general chooses not to prosecute charge someone for having an abortion or performing it, what would happen to them? Can they do that?
Yes, they can. They have discretion. I mean, a cop can pull you over for speeding, and the cop has discretion to give you a ticket or not. Just like the prosecutor has discretion in prosecuting cases. Now, they don't like that. They should follow the law. And when they take an oath of office, they take an oath of office to uphold the law. But they do have discretion. Dana Nessel said she's not going to prosecute. She doesn't like the law. Is that right? Is that wrong? The remedy, get her out of office if you don't like that. But yes, the prosecutors do have discretion. So even if the law does come into play after all of the appellate process, still the prosecutors and the attorney general have discretion to enforce it.
What about this, Charlie? If abortion does become illegal in Michigan, can anyone be prosecuted for traveling to another state to have the procedure done?
That's a good question, but the answer is no. So if a state like Illinois, for example, they don't have any law on the books right now, it's legal in Chicago, go to Chicago, you can get the abortion, cannot be prosecuted. There's no prohibition on travel. That would be something that I don't think the Supreme Court would be able to do. Just like there are some states that have the death penalty. Michigan doesn't, but many do. Some states it's legal to smoke marijuana. If you go and smoke marijuana in a state, it's okay. You can't be prosecuted for that. So the answer would be no. If it is illegal in Michigan, go off to another state, find one if you can afford it and all that stuff, but you would not be prosecuted for that.
Despite what might happen with the lawsuit, if it does go on the ballot and people do have a right to vote, how would that impact that lawsuit? Could that change the outcome of that?
Yes. There is a petition drive being collected now by Planned Parenthood and ACLU and others. I believe they have to get about 425,000 signatures or so. Don't know how many they have right now, but assuming they get the requisite amount of signatures, they're valid signatures, and then yes, it would go on the ballot and then the public would vote. Now that would take precedent over any law, the 1931 law or any law, even Roe versus Wade. So if the people of Michigan decide they want abortion, fine, and they pass it, it gets on the ballot. Now, if the people of Michigan say, we don't want abortion, it goes down, then I guess we're stuck. I guess there'd be no way to have an abortion. So that law, as I understand it right now, the petition is to allow for legal abortion in Michigan. But we'll see. It's got to get on the ballot. So they're not there yet. But like we saw when the draft opinion slipped out in May, there were a lot of petition signatures that were collected. My sense is now that's going to happen right now. But believe me, Right to Life and Planned Parenthood, they're going to clash on this issue. It's going to be a major election issue likely. And so despite whether it's on the ballot or not, it will be a very major political, not legal, but political issue come election time.
Absolutely. It's certainly going to mix that up for sure. Meantime, a very historic day. Charlie, we do appreciate your insight.